Holding the seed. All right, first of all, like I was saying, dudes or males should never they should never chase. And any sex that is not consensual is rape. So how could dudes be the chaser anyway? If dudes were supposed to be this dominant chaser, then rape would be a natural thing. The female is the one that is the receiver. So that's the one that does the moving. She's more 3D and more dense anyway. So if you are holding the seed, you're gonna attract women that are on a totally different vibration. I mean, you're gonna get attract all different levels because as you hold the seed, you see they just come. It's like they smell it. It's like pheromones. Women just start coming out the woodwork. Like, especially the more as you go moon cycle to moon cycle, from one moon cycle to the next, like the seed is just basically getting stronger and stronger as you don't release it. It's like the seed just building more and more armor, and then your body doesn't have to produce the testosterone that it would if you're constantly releasing seed. If you're releasing seed, then you got to constantly produce testosterone and so much because it takes so much iron to produce drops of sperm. So you're getting to a state where you're gonna be so exhausted that you have to eat and you have to do all these other things because your energy is it's being compromised by. It's just like if you grow your hair out. When you grow your hair out, your body no longer needs to allocate energy to growing the hair. Once you growing your hair, you controlling the seed. Your body doesn't have to use energy for those things and can use energy for higher levels of manifestation, which would be less. Like a dense manifestation would be like a kid fragmenting into a kid. Less is more. So you're going up to a more refined level of manifestation if you hold the seed, and you just start to attract totally different vibrations of women, a whole nother wavelength. But that's because your values are changing. So it's just law of attraction taking its place because now you don't want to spill the seed. So now you get so much temptation, and temptation is the light or the lie that tells us what not to do, which is the perfect guidance for life, what not to do in this bizarro world. That's all we get, which is everything. So as you hold the seed and the seed gets stronger and stronger, your mind, your body is the same. It's just the same thing because your seed is your future and your past. So you're getting stronger and stronger. The mental and physical, meta and physical, no separating. That's all getting stronger and stronger. And the house itself, it's just stronger. And then if you do, decide to have kids from that state of being, like you have good seeds, you're gonna have good kids. You have a good house, you're gonna have good company. That's just how that goes. So that's if you want to, and I shouldn't say kids because kids is like baby goats. I should say children or ancestors, whatever. But anyway, I'm just saying as far as holding the seed, it's so in the nature of the unnatural to release the seed like that. And just a lot of it got to do with the pressure from people eating crap. And there's just so much pressure in the blood pooling in the abdomen that the heat is down there. It's just so much heat right there. And people, they need saw palmetto, they need sarsaparilla. They need those things so that the oxygen can flow better to where the heat doesn't just get crazy like that to where, they pop or they have nocturnal emissions or what people call wet dreams, whatever. That's just, the breathing isn't correct because it's heat. If you have that heat down there, you need the air to balance it. And then you can cycle the air down, heat up, air down, heat up, and you can have that constant flow, whatever people want to call that, kundalini or whatever they want to give it a title to separate and to feel cool. But at the end of the day, it's, just controlling that universal breath, allowing the seed to totally regenerate so that you can totally regenerate because you are your seed, you are your ancestors, you are the past, present, and future. And, if you throw the seed into the wind, you're just throwing your future and your past into the wind. So you lose yourself because you're losing your past and you're losing your future. So you just become more and more anxious and depressed about the past as you just throw away the seed like that. And then females are just so addicted to it, man. You're just making people addicted to the energy. It's just like giving anybody any drug. You're making somebody so used to being at a state of energy that when you remove it, they're going to drop and they're going to go through withdrawal, and it's going to create an enemy situation because it's just an energy addiction. It's people not using their own energy, leaning on other people's energy. And as you use other people's energy, you take on experiences and things that you wouldn't because you're using energy that's not yours. And not to say that there's a separation. I'm just saying that, like, as far as your path, which is giving respect and perspective to all other paths, you're interfering with that. You're interfering with that natural process. And as that happens, you die, you split, and the will is going from inside of you to outside of you and around you, because you're giving outwardly like that. You're pushing all your internal children, your voices, you're pushing it all outward. So all the will becomes around you, and then you get crushed, and you get life continues and perpetuates itself, and that's just life. So the seed is the seed of creation. The soul comes from the ether through the male principle into the female principle into the 3D density. So, and then you're going on your way back out too. It's just reverse, back through the female principle, whether they want to say through the planets, through moon, through Jupiter, however, to get back out, you're going through the male to go back in to inseminate, out through the female into the physical world, and then out of the physical world through the female. It's she's the doorway in and out of the physical. She's more physical. The male's more ethereal. So that's the balance of that. That's the illusion too of yin and yang.